All right, Coach, let's start with your opening thoughts and then open it up to the players.
Great second half. If it wasn't for our defense, the first half would have been a lot uglier. We got a lot to correct before next week, but just really proud of our guys for finishing. That's something we've been trying to focus on the last couple of weeks. And we certainly did that last week. We did it this week. Strong second halves, and that's something that teams can pride themselves on. And I think it's something that maybe our program over the years has always tried to work on and be better at. So it's great to see the guys doing that. And really, missed a couple of things in the first half on special teams and on offense. And I think the guys took the coaching, adjusted, and got things fixed in the second half. So really proud about that. Coach Keene and WashU, they do a good job. You're always going to have to battle against them. They're well coached, they're physical, they're big. You're not going to get away with anything, and I think we saw that today. But proud of these guys, proud of how they just kept going, stayed the course. Nobody panicked. Just kept playing 4 quarters of football.
Coach, what was the big conversation at halftime? Because you're leading 14-2, but as you mentioned, a couple corrective errors that need to be adjusted. The defense stepped up big time. What was the big conversation going to halftime of what do we need to correct? How can we get this back in our favor completely this time?
Yeah, for me, it's really was more about just stating facts, stating what we had and had it done well, and then urging the guys to correct it and move on. There's really no point, and we all know what happened. We all knew where we were strong and where we were weak going into the half. So you just want to point those things out, get them addressed in separate units, and then get the guys going to go out and put it behind them. Sometimes the hardest thing to do then is to play loose still and to play fast. And so it's really just encouraging the guys, hey, we know we're a good football team. We know we're talented. Let's quit hurting ourselves, and let's get to Cardinal football, and let's make sure we're playing for our teammates and playing hard. And they did that, So every game there's going to be some glaring things that you need to correct, and every game there's going to be a lot of positives that you can build on. But it wasn't nobody was panicked, blowing up. It was very I would say methodical and mission-like. Let's just take care of our business and let's get things going in the second half.
Thank you, Coach. I'm going to just go to the guy on the line. Skokna, big day from you. If I remember the stat line correctly, I believe this is your biggest receiving day ever. Just kind of walk me through how you're feeling. Big touchdown from Luke in the third quarter. If I'm remembering this correctly, but how are you feeling after the game?
Obviously I'm excited. Having the biggest receiving day that I've had. The lineman and Luke and the coaches have made it just easy to get open and find space, and they're a big help to what I do, and kind of just rally off them and got the team going. I'm glad we rallied in the second half and put up a better score than what we did in the first.
Definitely a big half from you all, your big touchdown, but Jahmar, I think, was one of the big highlights of that second half. That pick six, just coming back after a little bit of a weird season last year, getting back into the groove of things, but that pick six definitely has got to help the confidence even just a little bit.
Yeah. With the pick six, it felt good to really be back there, be back out there this season with my team after having shoulder surgery, being out for an entire season. When I seen Nooch go down, that really lit a bulb in me to do something spectacular for him. So when I got that pick six, I immediately thought of Nooch, and it was surreal, honestly. It was exciting though. I enjoyed the moment.
It was a really big thing to see. Everybody up in the press box was going absolutely crazy. They're like, oh my gosh, that was just awesome. And then JP, you really just had a monstrous day. Just that offensive line just didn't exist for you. It was kind of just, I'll scoot you off to the side. Tell me, what was part of the practice looking like coming into WashU? Because they have a pretty tough offensive line, but you made them look like they just weren't even out there today.
We practice every week, just going against the best offensive line in the country, and we were just prepared for anything they would throw at us.
Fair enough. Morgan, Jaden, anything?
Thompson, Coach, what was the transition offensively going from Luke to Calvin back to Luke? Did that change anything offensively for you guys, or how did that play out?
It's going to change things because it's 2 different quarterbacks. Even if you have, and it's 2 different style quarterbacks, so to speak. You're going to have some conversations, but more so it was just about getting with Calvin and making sure he's seeing things from the sideline, making sure that he knows where we're at in the game plan. Fortunately, Calvin is a guy that is familiar with this role and has worked really hard to improve himself and to secure the role behind Luke. And during games, the last 2 games, I'll use an example, he's constantly, in the meeting with me and Luke, watching film, going over what we just did, going over what the defense is doing. He's very locked into the game, as much as you can be from the sideline in terms of seeing what their fronts are, what their blitzes are, what their coverages are. So him transitioning in, he'd already done all the prep that he needs to do. And so for him, it's not about, rising to an occasion, it's just fall back on your training, which he takes all the reps that he gets in practice, he does all the quizzes, he does all the film prep. He really was ready. Quite frankly, I put him in a bad spot with a couple of calls and thinking we had some shots that we didn't. And that's my fault, but he did a great job of coming over. We just walked through what happened and we moved on. I'm really proud of him, proud of how he played last week, proud of how he was ready to go and come in this week and knew what was going on and what they were doing, what adjustments they'd made in game for us. And I thought he did a great job of helping us continue to go amongst a lot of kind of issues in other places. He gave us a chance, which was great.
Thank you.
Cool, thanks guys. Sorry